right. Yo, 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 yo. What is up, GMGM? We are on episode 48 of the Mooncast today, and we have a special guest, Captain 5, here with us. Let's go.
What's up, guys?
Oh, so I'm using this new thing for the podcast, so there might be some bugs today, visually. And I think audio wise, so I tried playing music and I just realized this is acting as the OBS, so none of the audio that I'm playing is going through except from my mic. But yeah, pretty awesome. We're gonna start off with some light intros as we usually do on the Mooncast. So I'll go ahead and start. I am GhostcatJoypad, your host of the Mooncast, Web3 content creator and founder of Moondance. Captain 5, take it away.
I'm Captain 5, so I'm a Web3 streamer, mainly focusing on gameplay and just fun games in the space. I'm a Moondance DAO member, so it's my heart's in Moondance for sure.
Let's go. So okay, I'm still figuring out this new software here, where we might have some bugs, as I mentioned. Yeah, we're gonna start off with some Web3 updates and news that are happening in the space. By the way, Captain, you can connect your camera if you would like to. That is a feature here. So yeah, there's a lot of things that happened in the space. I kind of pushed out this episode again like a week or so, but there were some things that happened. One thing I saw, this happened like a few weeks ago, but Crossmint, which is a Web3 infrastructure for people that use user accounts, they are partnered with Visa, which is huge because this allows them to now utilize stuff with Visa with cards. So you can pretty much get fiated into crypto using your credit cards, and you could fiat off, like you can sell your crypto, put it into your bank very easily with Crossmint. Now we lost Captain 5 for a second there. He's back. Is he there?
Trying to get the camera all hooked up.
Okay. See, these are the bugs. It's okay. We're learning. But yeah, I wanted to try out this new layout for the podcast. It's a lot cleaner with how we could present our cameras and with our screens if we want to share a screen. So figuring it out. Sorry for the intro. There is no music. I didn't get that audio plugged through. But yeah. So that was that. Pudgy Penguins is making another game, but is being built by Mythical Games. Now, obviously, we know the history with Mythical. If you were around during the Blanco days, totally ruined a lot. They put a bad rep on Web3, and they're still around. And I don't know, man.
I still have a wallet full of Blanco stuff.
Same. I don't trust the team. They really screwed over the community, and they put a bad rep on the blockchain gaming space. You know, a lot of people left because of that. And so I like straight up don't trust that company. And here they are, you know, with the Pudgy Penguins IP now making a game. But I don't see it happening, you know, where it could last long term.
Yeah, I feel the same actually.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens there with him. But I don't like it. I'm not gonna invest or pay attention to that. I don't want other people to invest, you know? I did make a post about it today. But yeah. It's sussy stuff. Who knows?
100%.
I don't know if you saw anything else that caught your attention. Oh, Captain 5, you said something about off the grid.
Yeah, off the grid.
Some stuff
running
there.
The multi-chain and bringing in Solana. So Gun Token will be usable on Solana as well. There will be a Solana version of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that I'm reading, a lot of stuff that I'm reading is saying that this is basically just the team's way of building exit liquidity. they say the game's pretty much dead. I don't know. I enjoy the game, and that's 100% what I was saying earlier. I play the game because it's fun as hell. I'm not trying to make a dollar.
Yeah. I don't think the game's dead at all. There's definitely people playing it.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's weird because it's like, okay, like for what it is, it has a pretty decent amount of players, and it's not fully launched yet. Technically, it's still in early access.
I think more than that is what people are talking about is the fact that there was a big thing going on where team members of the dev team weren't getting paid. People weren't getting paid for those daily tournaments that they had going on. There's all kinds of stuff going on like that. The people are talking just the team is completely bootstrapped.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't want to think that way.
Yeah. No, I think the game itself is pretty good. The blockchain integration is obviously coming into play now that people are going into mainnets. So now once we get access to our actual wallets to like send out, I think we'll start to see the flow and how it'll look like moving forward. But yeah, it's still technically early access. They're not fully launched yet, but even then, I think they have a decent amount of players. So I don't.
They've already got a lot more built up than most of the Web3 game.
Yeah, and they're continuing to update, so it's just gonna keep getting better.
Constantly.
Yeah, I don't see that. It is weird though when projects release their token on multiple chains. I think that's the weirdest thing. Like I don't know who thought of that, like who did that first, but I do think that's so odd.
Yeah, I feel that too. And if they were really trying to go with user acquisition, they would have gone with like Abstract, Ronin, Immutable, or something like that.
Yeah, it's odd.
I don't really feel like Solana is going to help them with user acquisition at all.
Well, I mean, like, what's the point if people are going to bridge anyway at some point?
Yeah.
To their main chain. So it's, I don't know. I feel like people in the blockchain space already kind of, like, you don't have to focus on different chains to get people from those chains because the space is just so small. People will try things out.
Yep.
Regardless of what it's on, you know, we all have our favorites still, but you still try things out. So I don't know how that acquires new people because I feel like everyone who's already here is already aware of it and playing it.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's odd to have that kind of split blockchain with your tokens. I literally don't know how it works still, how it keeps the price the same because I know Abstract or Pudgy did that right with the Pengu token on Solana, and then they're on Abstract too. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I feel that too. I think they would be, better off just sticking with what they're doing, building more into the game aspect, completely forgetting the token until most people are on mainnet.
Yeah.
Once they've got a lot more assets out, a lot more, updates to the game, it's going to bring new players that way.
100%. So we'll see what happens. We got Pops in the Twitch chat. Let's go. Head over to Xenon. We might just be streaming here a few times, testing it out solely on Xenon, but it's back. It's better than ever. So I recommend people make an account there. It's just easy email sign up, and yeah, you're good to go. But yeah, that's pretty big. Guns releasing on Solana. I don't know. Lot of stuff happening there. Obviously gamers can't utilize any of the bridging yet because we can't even get our stuff out of our wallet, like unless it's through the game and you're selling stuff in the marketplace, which is cool. Yeah, it's exciting, man, to see it on Xbox and PlayStation. Like that's huge, bro.
100%.
Accessibility is a big part of like what makes games last, just anyone being able to hop on, because not most people don't have PCs.
Yep. And that's honestly what I thought with them launching it on Steam, given it's another PC platform, but there's legit people that just will not download it because it's on Epic. So I think that's going to help out a lot, being that it's a Web3 game as well, sticking on Steam with all of Steam's rules that they have in place for blockchain games and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't like blockchain. I
Yeah,
know
not at all.
the founder of Steam doesn't like it, um, which is weird because they have a marketplace that would benefit highly with the blockchain, allowing them
Yeah,
to see
they've
like transactions, see it on the blockchain.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, they pretty much have that with CS:GO, and they have had it
mhm.
working well for years.
Yeah, so I don't know what the hate is all about, but
They just want the full
people,
control over the money that goes back and forth
yeah,
because you
they
get it.
don't,
You sell stuff for $1 million on Steam. That money has to be spent on Steam.
yeah, yeah, you can't take it out.
Yep.
People just want to have users locked in.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know if you saw. Did you see anything else that caught your attention on the timeline?
That was the biggest thing.
I don't know. I saw something else. Um, I forgot to write it down. I write down things that I see because I forget very easily. But yeah, that there's always a lot of stuff happening in the space. We actually got some alpha a few days ago for Samurai Saga. One of the team members was in another podcast that I joined, and he dropped a ton of alpha for Samurai Saga. Are you familiar with that, Captain Five? Is he cooked? Did we lose Captain Five? Oh
Oh no, I'm here.
no!
Sorry, I hit the mute
Oh.
button. I forgot. No, I've seen the game. I wasn't not familiar with anything going on right now, but I played it with you guys a couple months ago.
Yeah, no, there's a lot coming. They're still working on it. Um, I think they said they have like all the 3D models from the like all their collections ready for in game for people to start using it in game, which is crazy because
Nice.
there's a pretty big collections. It's a lot of work to get these 3D models done. A
Like
lot of
yeah,
people take that for granted. Bro, these collections are huge and each one is different. So it's like you have to make like individual models for each NFT in a collection. So it's definitely a lot of work. So pretty excited about Samurai Saga because they have a really solid foundation, like creating their IP and lore. Because they're also expanding like beyond the game. They're also making a TCG. You know, they're working on some physical products, so a watch and everything. So they have a lot going on. I think it's really good to build that out if you're building in the space because it's not just your project isn't just relying on the game, it's creating something a lot bigger. So
yeah,
pretty hyped on
that
that
is
one.
awesome. It's definitely more I'll check out then. Sounds like they're moving.
Yeah, yeah, the founder is great. He does a lot of stuff. I didn't realize he actually owns a lot of things, according to the one of the employees or workers from Samurai Saga. So he's a pretty busy guy. um But yeah, they're not going away anytime soon. They're still building out Samurai Saga, which is nice to see. I know a lot of people get scared when a project goes quiet on the timeline for a little.
Hmm.
It's like, oh no, they're gonna shut down. Which I mean, can't blame anyone because there's been a lot of shutdowns in the space.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, a ton of projects have shut down, or at least ones that people hyped up.
Yep, and
Um,
that's what I was complaining about a couple days ago. People pay all these, and I hate to use the word KOL, but pay all these KOLs, and then as soon as the hype's done, that's it. The game's gone. Like they're
yeah.
not going about any of this correctly.
Oh, dude, not at all. I mean, there's so much that they could like. None of those projects that shut down should have shut down.
Yeah, for sure.
It's insane how much money and resources and time they all had, and there's
Especially
like
like
no
Nyan Heroes, I
excuse.
think they had a good chance.
Yeah, they had like 13 mil of funds. They had resources. They had the team, bro. It's like there's no excuse
Yeah,
why they shut down. They straight up that was just a rug.
yeah, for sure.
There's no way they spent money on like actual development, especially how the game was and the fact that like most of the 3D models in their game and maps were not made by them. They're like
Yep.
pre-built assets, which is also crazy.
Yeah,
And
that
they
kind
had
of blew
no
my
Web3
mind.
integration, which there was no dev work there, you know, being put in.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a red flag when they say like we've built for like 4 years and there's no integration at all of like their main collections that they sold and
Yeah,
like
no talk about it
marketed.
even.
They marketed that for people to buy, and there's not a single like integration of it in the game that's being built for 4 years.
Yep.
That's a huge red flag because it's like, dude, where's the dev work? Like, you gotta build out that tech with the game. You can't just build the game first and add it later. There's gonna be so
Yeah.
many issues doing that. Like,
I honestly can't wait to see a game in the space completely forget about the token, the Web3 aspects in the, the primal state of the game, and actually get a good game coming out that has a good game loop, that has, end game shit that makes people want to come back. That's going to
yeah,
bring people to the game. Then work on, your Web3 assets, your Web3 integration. I understand that being in the space, you kind of have to have that integration there, but I feel like it's better to have a working game, something that's drawing people in, not just for, how much money can I make off this? Because I hate
but
talking to people
that
about Web3 games and that being the first thing that they say.
that's what those projects kind of did though. Like, I think that's a mistake. Building only, you have to build it together. You can't
Yeah,
just
I mean, if you
build
have a
out
big
the
enough
game.
team, I definitely think that's the
Right, because
want and the
that's what
go-to.
Nyan did. That's exactly what they did. They had no integrations at all, except they just had the game. Right, they had like a little reward leaderboard system that was off to the side, but they had no real integration, and
Yeah.
that's a huge mistake too. Because it's like, okay, the development isn't going towards that, or isn't
Yeah, I mean,
spent
I
for
definitely
that.
think it's something that needs to be developed and needs to be talked about. But the core aspect of all these things, I think, still should be focused on gameplay.
What was that? Sorry.
I just think the core aspects and everything should still focus on gameplay. I think
Oh
the
yeah,
Web3, there should be, maybe a small team working on their Web3 portions of it to, work bugs out, get everything working. But majority of, I feel, main resources in the beginning of the game's life cycle should be towards the game and the game loop and the end game and everything. So if you don't have a game, you don't have a token, you don't have assets, you don't have a chain, you don't have nothing. You
yeah.
just have, you know, exit liquidity.
Yeah, game loop is super important too.
Yeah.
You could
That's why I
have a
feel there's a
good
couple that
game,
I
but
can say. Planet X is probably one of the bigger ones that I feel, in the sense of mobile wise, is going to have something to do. I don't necessarily know what they're going to do if the game gets big enough, how they're going to continue to release, rewards per match and stuff like that. But
yeah,
that's one of those ones that the game is great. Everything seems like what they're doing is working, but we'll
yeah.
see. Only time can
I've
tell.
I've heard of Planet X. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely a
gotta
fun one.
gotta try it out. Um, yeah, mobile games are super popular too, especially right now. Nobody has like the time really to like hardcore game like they used to.
Hmm.
So that's why mobile games are like super popular right now.
Oh yeah,
That's a huge market for a lot of these projects. Um, but yeah, it's also hard to get blockchain on Apple. It's actually a lot easier now in the US since Apple lost that case against Epic. So
hmm.
now apps in the App Store are allowed to use their own payment system outside of Apple. So they
Oh
don't take a
awesome.
percentage. And it's only in the US for now. But hopefully it spreads to like other countries because that's
Heck yeah.
huge,
No,
man.
that is for sure.
Especially for Web3 because it just totally opens the doors for blockchain and be able to use your own payment systems, with crypto because they allow it for like other apps like streaming apps like I think Netflix, Hulu. They allow that for that, but for games specifically, they had it locked in to where you had to go through Apple so they can get their cut.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is a huge cut. 30% is
Yeah, I
insane.
remember that.
Huge cut, bro. I'm like, damn. So I'm glad Epic fought that because
For years too.
that's an insane amount of money you're making off of other people's work. It's like, dude, make your own app.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a huge amount. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening in the space. Always building, always something happening and going crazy on the timeline. But we are here with Moondance, and there's a lot of updates. Biggest one, obviously, recently. Moondance has a co-founder now, Miro, which he's an insane builder, 3D modeler. Discovered him in the Portals community, but he's been building a nifty island as well. But very well connected. He loves the tech. He loves the space. So pretty excited to have a co-founder now because it was getting kind of rough there to keep building Moondance by myself. So it's nice to have somebody to help and to bounce ideas off of. So I'm super excited. Yeah, we had our first major call last week to kind of determine where to go from here, what would be best for Moondance with what we're building and all that. So the made a core decision to stay on Solana, which Captain Five, you were asking about that because you
Yes,
saw
sir.
the recent post that I did earlier today.
Very much confusion.
So yeah, we are gonna be on Solana. Um, that's where our character NFTs are gonna be, all our assets and everything. So that's big news. Kind of just bouncing ideas back off of each other. But yeah, based on like the current community that we already have, and since we are building a game on portals, obviously those are, Solana people because they're building on Solana, and it would be a lot easier to integrate our characters like that on portals because the game on portals that we're making is going to be a huge part of Moondance, right? It's not just a quick game um or a little game session. So it's going to be like an actual game loop that people are going to be able to continuously go back and forth on.
Awesome.
Yeah, so pretty excited about that. Be building on Solana. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff right now. I'm trying to fix up the website, get that working again. Because I'm trying to fix some bugs, but essentially working in Solana wallets now to user accounts. Everyone might have to create an account again, add your username again, but that's not a very big deal. Same email login, but this time you're going to be getting a Solana wallet, and yeah, pretty hyped on that.
Thank you.
So, I am going to be working on a few character NFTs that people are going to be able to use in portals, and that'll release close to game launch, so people can be ready. But yeah, I'm hyped on the game now because it's going to be focusing on that. I was like hyper focused on the TCG, but that's completed now. So pre-orders are up on the website for this as well. And then I have a few orders to ship out soon. But yeah, now the focus is going to be on the game on portals and getting that released and done. There's going to be a lot more features added to the game, but I'm just going to work on a core game loop that people can do. Main thing to do is to gather resources and use that resource to craft. And they're going to have a first mintable character that you're going to be able to craft using the resources, which will be like the first little game loop there. And then they're going to be adding a lot more functions.
That's awesome.
Game. So pretty hyped on it. Got a lot to work on though. There's gonna be a lot of mechanics that you gotta add in the game itself. It's somewhat complicated, but hopefully it's like a fun little experience for players. But yeah, pretty excited on all of that. What else? Woo, so much. What else can I share aside from that? I am gonna make an announcement in the Discord and on X about what we're gonna be doing moving forward, like staying on Solana, and then what our next phase is gonna be for building out the game. But yeah, got a plan. Already shared it with co-founder. We have like a whole bunch of phases listed out of what we're gonna be doing, and yeah, I'm gonna turn that into an announcement for the Discord and the X account. But the building is still happening, so I'm pretty hyped. Yeah, I'll share more details soon too. But there's a lot in the works. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it becomes something big.
Hell yeah.
That's the goal.
Do we have a kind of a rough date on when pre-order stuff's going out?
Probably in the next few days.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, very soon. And what else? What else? Yeah, the 3 characters that I'm gonna be launching before the game. Gonna be 2 common characters, and then gonna be redoing the drip cat. Obviously, previous owners are gonna get their drip cats. Just gonna be relaunching it, so I have like mint authority to update it, because I don't have mint authority over the drip cats because those were launched on drip house. So I can't like update metadata on there, and I can't add it to my own collection. It's like on drip.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of just like locked in there, and I don't want that. So that's why those are going to be relaunched. And then if you have one right now, obviously you're going to get it again. Will be sent to your account once I have that account set up on the updated websites, which I'm currently working on, bro. I'm getting so many freaking errors. It's so hard. Oh my god, it's rough. But
I know that. I do websites too,
dude. Oh my god, constant errors.
Yeah, I sat for a couple days with errors just trying to get my library working correctly.
Like once it gets working though, it's very exciting. But then you realize, oh, now I gotta finish adding stuff, all these other functions that I had planned.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll get it done, and yeah, it'll be a lot better now. But yeah, excited to be back. You know, sometimes you gotta try things out to see how it'll work, and sometimes it'll work. So we're gonna stay on Solana. Definitely a lot more tools too. There's so much built out in terms of tools for Solana already. So many resources, and at this point, I need as many resources as I can get. You know, without having like an insane dev to do stuff. And right now, Ronin doesn't have a lot of tools or resources outside of, you know, just people that know how to do things. So I need the resources. Ghost Captain Sadpad. What the heck? Wild, bro.
For the laugh, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, we gotta get big because we need the Moondao Creator House. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want a Moondao Creator House, dude. I already have a spot in mind too. It's a cool spot.
Hell yeah.
So we get there one day. I'm getting that Creator House, and Moondao members gonna have first pick. So one day. I also.
I hope we can all get together at an event soon.
Oh, dude, Solana
like
Breakpoint. We have to get to Solana Breakpoint somehow.
When's that?
How many months we got? We got like 3 months to make it happen.
Where's it at? Do you know?
It's in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
Oh, gotcha.
It may seem impossible.
Yeah.
We gotta make it happen.
I gotta get a passport and shit like that. That's where I'm at.
Oh shoot, yeah, I need one too. That's yeah. I'm pretty sure you can get them fast now. Technology.
Yeah, fast is like 2.5 months. We were actually just looking into it.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, just start that shit now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we gotta get it now. I want to make it happen. I gotta make it happen somehow, and then we'll sponsor some Moondao creators to go That would be sick. That would be so cool.
I would.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, the DAO members alone, I think we create good content together live.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, dude. That would be epic. That would be so fun. So that's the goal. That's the goal.
Yep.
Solana Breakpoint. That'd be insane. Bro, dude, we can do hella networking there too.
Oh yeah,
there'd be that's the best place to network.
Unlimited networking right there.
It's insane how much you could network there. It's like way more than these other events.
Yeah.
Very focused, a lot of high rollers, VCs, specifically there for blockchain. Gonna be a lot of investors there. Because Solana's been doing pretty good though. It's staying steady, in terms of price. I don't think it's like bad. People weren't around in the $8 days, and it shows. They don't know what real dips are.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause it got low. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So that's the goal too. We got to get to breakpoint. Another huge thing that I'm going to be posting about this like in a month when it's more ready. But the Space Cat collection, which is going to be the main collection under Moondance, these are special characters. I was thinking about how to add this perk, and I mentioned it before in different ways, but I have a solid perk for the Space Cats now, which is going to be pretty huge. But the entire collection is going to be getting 4.2% equity into Moondance.
Awesome.
So that's going to be split between the 420 Space Cats. So each Space Cat is going to get 0.001% of equity. Obviously, if you own more, you'll get more. But yeah, so with equity too, what's going to happen with that? Obviously, you're getting part of Moondance, but for equity holders, something I'm doing with Moondance is 20%. When Moondance becomes profitable, 20% of the profits of the yearly profits are going to be going to equity holders, which means Space Cat holders will be getting 4.2% of that 20% of profits yearly. So yeah, that's gonna be like the major perk for Space Cats. I think that's a easy way for me to. It's also sustainable too, and it's it's something that people could expect as a holder. Once that happens, so I'm pretty excited about that too, because that's a major perk for holders. And I was thinking of like a way for have claims and for staking, but like that's just so, I don't know. Staking is weird. It sucks to lock up your assets. I mean, you're holding it already. You're technically staking it. It's in your wallet. So I wanted to have something a little bit more easy for people to calculate and to understand. And also like you're buying a piece of Moondance as well with the Space Cats.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's a major perk. Probably be announcing that like in a month, once it's closer to more details on the Space Cats, because that's getting a total revamp in terms of like the actual NFTs. That's just gonna take more time. So that's why I'm launching some other characters, because obviously it's easier to make a few characters. It's gonna take a little bit longer for the Space Cats because each one is unique, and I'm redesigning a few of them to be a little bit more special between the whole collection. The whole collection special, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
A lot of stuff coming. Let's go. But yeah, that was all I had for Moondance. Pretty major updates there. So excited to see the future of the moon. Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Didn't have much else today. Testing out this new streaming thing. I don't know. I like it. You could present too if you have like stuff to present. You could like put it there. So we'll see how long I use this. So I don't know. Was it easy? Were you able to? Do you just not have your camera on right now because you don't want to, or are you not able to?
I've got a dual PC setup. My camera is hooked up to my other PC.
I see.
Yeah, I just haven't set it up to use it on both PCs. Virtual camera and such.
Yeah, alright, that makes sense. Well, we'll see how long I use this. I think it's pretty cool. I saw someone else using it and it looked really like a smooth experience. From what I had set up with like custom overlays. I just have to see what I was doing is linking through Xenon and multi-streaming through Xenon, but it doesn't pick up the chat in Xenon here. So I wanted to pick up chat because you could pin comments up on the stream, like have it pop up at the bottom, which I think is really cool. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I like it. That was pretty much it for today's Mooncast episode. Just wanted to kind of go over the updates. We'll be back on our regular schedule on Fridays this week. So we'll have episode 49 in 4 days. So yeah, pretty close together. But awesome.
Yep, Molly. In chat.
Oh, bet. Let's go. Thanks for hopping in today as a guest. It was pretty chill today, nothing crazy. But yeah, if you ever want to hop in again on one of the Mooncasts, just let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
Always a spot open for the captain.
I appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're gonna sign out of the podcast episode today. Y'all have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you Friday. Deuces.
Adios, everyone.